All right. Oh, hold on. I forgot my little streamer setup. Behold, the chair. His name is Travis. There we go. Let's go ahead and get comfy. While I'm thinking about comfy. I could probably send it. Yeah, it's always like just a little bit finicky, just because wait, the layers are working. There we go. Makes me feel like a real streamer, chat. All right. Anyway. Hey there, heroes! My name is Hero Girl. I'm your friendly local neighborhood hero too, but I'm here to let you know that if I can do it, so can you. And yesterday, I painted my first ever mini. She's gonna be for D&D, and I'm so proud of what I did. Got some good tips from my wife and a partner that we have in common. And like, I drew her with a blue cape, stars, and I enjoyed it so much that I feel like I can probably move forward with doing some mini painting, just hanging out and talking streams in the future. And I think that'll be pretty great. Honestly, I could probably stand to do some like Wednesday hangout to just paint. Maybe just calm down a little bit if I ever get to the point where it's just like I can't do a whole lot. I just want to relax. That's one of the things that we'll be looking at in the future. One of the things that we're looking at today, though. So last week we had a little bit of a hiccup. My RAM did not match my computer perfectly, which is a pain in the patookie. An absolute pain, chat. But like, you know, it wasn't like a disastrous pain. Just made things a little difficult. No more. There's not going to be any more crashing. We're perfectly fine. We're good today, and we're going to take a mulligan on doing our stream covering Clement, the Worrywort. So I'm going to cover more or less the same stuff that I was covering with the deck last time, and then we'll go ahead. We'll play some games, and we'll go ahead and introduce our new streaming style live brewing, where at the top of each hour, I'll go ahead and I'll take like a quick pit stop, but I'll do it, and that's when I'll make any adjustments that I feel like I need to make in the deck. And then by the end, we'll go ahead and wrap up with some final thoughts. But initially, with the idea of Clement the Worrywort has the ability to bounce any creature that has a lesser mana value than the creature that you just played, including Clement himself. Now, what this does is it lets us recycle a lot of our utility one-drops like Tenacious Pup, Tommy the Bamboo Groves, Aberro Grazer, cards that kind of lose their value after you've played them for the first turn. And it lets us get additional triggers off of them for the purposes of like Tribute to the World Tree, Guardian Project, Beast Whisperer to get the additional draws. It also lets us provide a Nadu engine. Because Clement does target with his ability, it means that Nadu gets to provide some free value. And we're essentially just playing a green-blue flicker deck. Now, one of the issues that I have had with this deck is that it feels very dirtily at some points of the game. Sometimes you're just trying to get value and you're trying to keep up with the opponent, but you don't have a way to close out the game. One of the ways that the deck's been winning primarily so far is that it just kind of snowballs the value to the point where the opponent can't keep up. And that's not really an effective or consistent way to win, especially if you're up against heavy control decks. So what we're going to be looking for throughout today is we're going to be looking to maybe get some creatures on the higher end of it that will help close out the game, or maybe some of the more absurd creatures that can just run away with things. I did end up cutting out one of the 4-drop frogs, the one that puts stun counters and then draws, in exchange for a Mind Flayer. Mind Flayer is a very, very, very dirty card because it's basically an enchant creature on a creature. So not necessarily something that we want to be flickering, but we can if anything happens to the creature that was being taken care of. Most of the times they'll be taking care of the Mind Flayer itself, but you know, we're going to be trying some things out. And this slot could always be turned into something else. On that high end, we only really have the Titan of Industry, Hullbreaker, Kogla. That's like 3 creatures. That is not nearly enough in terms of like big game-winning creatures. So we're going to be on the lookout for just more punchy. The deck needs more punchy. The deck has been really strong at getting its value, but it needs more punchy. Anyway, there isn't a whole lot to say, because again, it is just a green-blue blink deck. It's going to be a little different than the Yorion style blink decks or the Lagrella style blink decks, in that it doesn't have the white that you typically need in order to deal with a lot of creatures. We are going to be relying on the enchantments like Eaten by Piranhas, Stasis Field. We're going to be relying on tempo plays like Passive Twin Veil, Memory Lapse. And then we also have Aether Channeler, Battlescape Mage, Larcenist here. So, deck is fairly straightforward. But boy, does it feel good. When you get all these frogs hopping together, it feels really good to just be bouncing a Tenacious Pup every turn. Get more triggers off your Gallic Readers, to get more triggers off Silverback Elder. It's a fun time when it gets going. So that being said, let's go ahead and get going. Notably, I am also on the verge of saving gold and wild cards, because we are getting alchemy here soon. And I've got the other creature decks lined up. Some of them I'm still working on. I haven't touched mice. I haven't touched rabbits yet. I haven't touched rats or squirrels. I was really looking forward to working on squirrels for food, but all the other ones kind of just snapped up precedence. I copied someone else's list for otters as a base. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to be doing with it. Hey! Rats! Okay, well, we've got Gallic Readers, we've got Essence Flux. The opponent's gonna go first. Let's see, we don't lose if we get Thought Seized with this hand. Joint Exploration makes us good, and we have all 3 of ours. So we can go ahead and keep this. This is gonna be a blue-black control deck. They only make rat tokens if Vren is on the field, and it's creatures that went to exile from the battlefield. For X number of creatures your opponents control that were exiled this turn. So yeah, control being battlefield. There's blue, that could be a Stifle. Not like actual factual Stifle, but there is a 2-mana Stifle in the format. And because there's a 2-mana Stifle, I am not gonna crack my Scalding Tarn just yet. In fact, I don't even trust just running the Greeters out right now. We're gonna have to play this a little patiently. So notably, this does let us go ahead and play the Greeters, hold up the Essence Flux, so they try and kill the Greeters, which ends up being one of our primary forms of ramp. And we're fine. I'm not gonna crack my Tarn in response. That's 3 mana. Pestilence Marsh Stalker. It's a rat. 1/0 for each other rat, so they are going with rat theme. Whenever you attack with one or more rats, if you have Threshold, you can pay 3, return Marsh Stalker from your graveyard to battlefield tapped to attacking. Now we're good to go ahead and crack this Tarn. And I'm gonna prevail. We could join Exploration. But I definitely want to make sure we have our 4th land drop available. So with that being said, we could play Clement, but we just get better tempo this way. And with the extra blue up, that could be a wash away. Rat Colony. Okay. Well, that is going to be a beater. I could trade my Greeters here. And honestly, if you're playing against a Rat Colony deck, you kind of have to aggressively block. Even though I really don't like this. Like, we could Essence Flux to save it, but I'll take the trade. Nope. That's true. Alright. There's Clement. No wash away is good. I don't like having to get rid of the greeters. The greeters could get us life back. The greeters could get big back. Oh, they're going all in on rats. Alright. Here's where we can start doing some cool stuff. So we have Kogla, we have Rex Sage. We can play Rex Sage and just keep blocking aggressively. We've also got Tenacious Pup for that. I want to hold on to the Kogla so we can Essence Flux the Kogla. And we're going to be able to do that next turn. Yeah. Alright. I always do this. And then... go ahead, play the Rex Sage, bounce the pup. You can go ahead, replay the pup. And like, Rex Sage doesn't really have value, but we can use the Sage and the pup to block rat colonies. Alright, that's Vren. So they're actually going to try and go for... They know that we want to block aggressively, so this will make a 1-1 rat that becomes a 3/3. Vren also has 2. Yeah. Using Vren as like an extender isn't bad. Yep, so they do get exiled. Let's just go ahead, grab Snow. Oh, right. They get a rat token for each. That's actually really dirty. Damn. Acidic slime. It's actually going to be really bad for us if we don't find a way to stabilize. I can play Kogla. I can also play Slime. I can play Slime and start blinking out. I just need to get rid of, like, more rats. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and blink off one of their... I guess I should have taken it out of the island. There's just, what, it would shut up like any of their island stuff. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and block with the slime. I can use that, block one of the rat tokens. Oh god. This is actually just like really good for them. Using Vren as extender for rat colonies is actually really good, damn. Because a lot of the ways you would historically deal with this is by just aggressively blocking. But if you keep doing that, then... yeah. Okay, fair enough. They were exiled this turn. So they would actually get one form of Acidic Slime, too. Yeah, damn. Okay, we just got run over. I lost, so I'm not happy. So I did not enjoy myself. The universal roll chat. Yeah, I guess I would have needed to have been a little more fearless and played Kogla, but... ideally, we get rid of Vren. We can't get rid of Vren. Making Vren a colony deck, though. It's not bad. I like that a lot, actually. I like that a surprising amount. I'm gonna take that. That is a very, very, very strong way to build Vren. Just, okay, I'm kudos, person. All right, we are up against the Gitrog Ravenous Ride, and this card is fucking insane. All right, we got Misty Rainforest into the north to try and ramp us out. If we get Thoughtseize, we lose into the north. We still have Planetary Genesis.
Just do it!
Thank you, Fran. We do have the Waterscape Battle Mage for later, and Eaten Piranhas can help. I think I keep this off the strength of Piranhas and just really hope that they don't Thoughtseize. Because what we're going to be looking at is... let them play the Gitrog, and then Eaten by Piranhas. We'll have to make sure we leave mana open, so they feel like they have to play around counter spells. But again, if they just, you know, Thoughtseize us right now, there's not a whole lot we can do about it. Alright, they're gonna go for the Elvish Mystic, which is a respectable play. It also helps that we have the Misty Rainforest here. Unfortunately, Elvish Mystic on the die roll into a Torpor Stomper. It's going to be 3, 4, yeah. We've got Mr. Toad's Wild Ride coming out literally next turn. So we can't enter the north, but we do have the ability to at least hold at the Planar Genesis. So, like, we leave up the blue, they're very likely going to hold off on just playing Gitrog straight into what would be counter magic. And if that ends up being the case, then we can play our Planar Genesis. Not really counting on being able to use the Cyclonic. Conduit Pylons, okay. Now they could also just say fuck it and like jam Gitrog. Jamming Gitrog right on this board is really strong. Ronos, the Indomitable. Can't attack or block unless you control a creature power 4 or greater. So they could do it with the Torpor Stomper. So, yep, Death Touch and Indestructible. We can always bounce Ronos, but I think we need to keep up on mana. This kind of just sucks, though. Means that we are gonna just like take 9, potentially 9. No, this can only attack if they have 7 more lands, but we are taking the 5. And then only 3 mana. Yeah, I think I just need to Planar Genesis here to try and catch up. Ventusar, Carding Project, but a land. Mana Drain, you say? Okay, so we can Eaten by Piranhas and Mana Drain. We also have the Clone Crafters. Not a bad deal. Notably, we can't Mana Drain and Eat by Piranhas. We can only do one or the other. So we are not locked out of just using our double green to enter the north. Grab more Snowland to try and, like, overtake the other deck. Mana Drain helps out a lot. It means that we would be able to Cyclonic Rift the next turn. Yep. We are just going to take the 5 here. That's inevitable. Drill Bit. Okay. Reveals their hand, and we're going to have to discard. This is a reason to Mana Drain, because we're going to protect what's in our hand, and we're going to get to accelerate out of it. Necropotence. Yep, so they get to refill their hand now. Yep. We can't do anything about that. Like... they played that very well. They held their discard for when they needed to protect their enchantment. Now they have a fresh grip. We're gonna see Gitrog next turn. Brainstorm, say. Now, one of the things I could do is I could spend 7 mana, Psych Overload, bounce everything back to their hand, and that does, like, set them back on tempo. They only have 1 green source, notably. Unless they use the pylons. What am I doing if I do that, though? They did just redraw, so they have to set up more. What I probably do in this case, then... Let's go ahead and kick it. Get rid of the Necropotence and bounce Ronos. Because they can cast Ronos again. And then... You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and cast our Clone Crafter too. Ooh, Fanatic. Clone Crafter is just like a great card. Oh, shit. God damn it. I completely forgot that this was a 2 mana card, not 1 mana. God damn it. Alright, we want to hide the Eaton and the Rift, I think. I guess the other thought is that Gitrog has already... So we're just going to be like a massive card. Yep, there's Gitrog. Now Gitrog can attack. Sacrifice the Toker Stomper. We're not going to block. They sacrifice the Stomper. They get to just drop all the lands in their hand. I messed that up by playing the Crafter. It is what it is, though. If they have removal for it, they have removal for it, and I... Like, that one play in tempo is what's gonna kill us. I forgot you were 2 mana and not 1. If you were 1, you would be insane. Yep, there's Ronos. There's the Great Henge. They're not getting rid of Eaton immediately. Why wouldn't... No, they needed to play Ronos in order to play Henge, right? Alright, so we're gonna play Clement. We're gonna bounce this Battle Mage. Notably, Fanatic Ronos isn't going to be able to tap unless we get a bigger creature. And we're going to go ahead and bounce. It's 2, I think. No, we're just going to take the 1. We don't want Gitrog to reset. We can... Psych Rift. But we're not going to be able to, like... We currently have like 3 power on the board, so that's not enough. Yeah. So go ahead, play Clement. Bounce the mage. 1, 2. God! Thank you, Ottoman Tapper. All right, I'm gonna scoop this up. The Auto Tapper fucked me over. I need colorless to play the Battlescape Mage, which we only have because we have the Coast. So that just fucked us over. And like, it's understandable why the Auto-Tapper's programmed that way. It doesn't see that we have any colorless spells in our hand, so of course it wants to use the card that's going to cost us life anyway. That way it just doesn't accidentally like kill us. But that is still incredibly frustrating. But learn to move on. Helga Skittish Seer, aka Chulan 2. Frogaloo. This hand is perfectly good, and we're on the play, so that helps. We lead off on Island. We can go into Lookout. They're gonna play Pilgrim, okay. I don't have any way to, like, keep up with that. Helga's also gonna be an Accelerant. Yep. And now whenever they cast a creature spell 4 or greater, they gain life and draw a card. Stasis Field. That would be a card I would love to play with the Lookout on board. But I can't. We're just going to shut that down, like, immediately. And then I do still have a 2-card play here. Joint Exploration can help us dig for just, like, more acceleration or more answers. We aren't going to be able to actually put a land into play, but I think the tempo is just going to help make up for the fact that we had to use this turn to negate Helga and keep them from going wild. Yep. Bonking in. Rex Sage and Hullbreaker Horror. If we can Rex Sage and get that food, that helps. We're going to be on 5 mana this turn, though. Hullbreaker Horror is a card that we can build to. I don't think Rex Sage helps us. I do like building to Horror. Alright, so currently have 4 mana available. We've also got this Lookout, which just gives us card advantage. Yeah, I think... Let's just go ahead and accelerate. Gets us a Fable Passage, which is pretty neat. Then... Scalding Tarn here. Pass. Lucky, thank you so much for the biddies. Currently at... Ooh, can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. That is a relevant card. Let's see if we can start digging for creatures. Kami is not the card we want. But Muriel is going to just go crazy here. And Harmonicon, Hullbreaker Horror. We can't Hullbreaker Horror on their turn is the problem. So... Alright. Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. What? Ah, right. Okay, we gotta actually crack the Fable Passage. Alright, here's Hullbreaker Horror. Muriel makes this a little difficult, and it means that if they have any sort of Wrath, they're good, but then they're trading Muriel for Hullbreaker. Nope, it's just gonna be Solitude. Disappointing. Alright. That's how it is. Freestrider Lookout. Harmonicon. Pass. We're going to get beaten up really hard. Them holding on to the Solitude made this really difficult. I guess I could have still played Clement first. Tried to bait out the removal. But the upside is also that Hullbreaker stays on board. We can just start bouncing all the creatures and we win on the tempo that way. And that's a questing beast. And... okay. Questing beast can't be blocked by the Lookout either. So we are once again getting punched in the teeth here. Mist Elder is cool, but I think we're just dead. They've got 10 power on board. We're at 15 life. Any sort of like big removal just does it in. If we live through this turn and we top deck like a Kogla, Titan of Industry would be amazing right now. I don't think I'm allowed to just take all this. I think I have to block the Solitude. Yeah. Myco Spawn does not help us. And with the questing beast on play, they currently have 4, 5, 6. If we block both of these. It is not a good day to be froggy. Let's see, it just comes into play, right? Yep, use the food, so that way Goose can still make blue mana next turn. There really isn't anything here that, like, pulls us out of it. I don't have any, like, fantastic utility lands, although I guess Cavern Souls does keep Froggy from getting countered. And it's another colorless source. We will name Frog once again. Like, we have all the lands in the world, but losing the... But yeah, losing the Hull Breaker just killed it. Fantastic card. This is another card deck that I think actually works really nicely if we pull into Pitch Elementals. Always with the untimely Windows update. Alright. We have to block Muriel and we have to block Questing Druid. Otherwise it's just 5 damage. Yeah. So... what do we want to do? We're pretty much double blocking regardless. Vigilance, Death Touch, Age can't be blocked by creature's power 2 or greater. Nope, that doesn't work. I think Myco Spawn kind of helps us out. We block the Questing Beast so that way we survive. We're at 2. We can top take a Wrath. Wrath would be pretty clutch right now. And that's gonna do it. GG's. That's unfortunate. Notably, Muriel doesn't actually make that much of a difference if they already had the Solitude. Because we would have end of turned Kraken, they would have Solitude anyway. Another Friend the Relentless deck, okay. Ooh, Signet with Fairy, Hedge Maze, Port Mage. Okay, we can work with this. This is a little clunky because we do have 2 colorless lands. But we can go ahead, play the maze. Having Breath Elder on top helps too. Because Miss Breath Elder is also just one of those cards that help manually reset cards. It's gonna be another Rat Colony deck. Did we already play this guy? I swear we already played this guy. Alright, here's a Fairy Seer. Counterspell for next turn plus Null Drifter. This gets really sketchy. I think we put back the Null Drifter because we just need to find more colored sources. If we hold on to the Counterspell, what are we doing with that? I think we have to put back the Counterspell too. We just need more colored lands. And getting bottlenecked on both Hedge Maze and Arcane Signet is not the way. We do have the Waterscape Battle Mage though, so we can like bounce. Well, we can't bounce Friend, but we can bounce like a Rat Colony. Okay. So let's see. Let's go ahead and do Frog. And then... yeah, let's go ahead and Frog. They could counter the Lookout. The Clifftop Lookout just fixes so much stuff right now. Okay, Boseiju, that's good. Miss Breath Elder, which they can kill. But we're much better set up now. Even just having like this extra green source helps. No, my frog! We still have the Direport Mage at least, and we have the Battlescape Mage now. Like we could even, if we get like 1 more mana, we can Battlescape, bounce, Ren. Okay. Creature under opponent controls would die. Exile it instead. Am I willing to take the 3 here? I think I do actually. Because then what? Great X rats. So they would get 1 rat. Alright, a Misty Rainforest also makes this really good. So I can go ahead, bounce the Rat Colony. I've also got Direport Mage. Let's see, so we play Battlescape Mage, spend 2. That gives us 2 mana left over. We could play the Port Mage and be okay. We've also got Clement here, and Timeless Witness. This is the tricky bit. I want to play Clement so I can start, like, just recycling the value and get everything online. Okay, here's what I do. Go ahead, we attack with a Seer. Go ahead, we play Clement. Bounce the Seer so we can start digging. The Lookout also now tasks for mana, which helps out a lot. We have 4 mana right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna crack this for an island. Then... yeah, this way they're not just completely aggroing us out. And now what we can do is next turn we can play Fairy, play the Port Mage, bounce the Fairy, start drawing. Never mind. So they will get to make 1 rat today. And they can just attack with Friend. Never punished. That is a big-ass problem. Oh yeah, Relentless Rats is definitely the build to go with this. Well, I've got 6 mana. Mm-hmm. Yep. I can't play Timeless Witness and the Direport Mage. I can play the Timeless Witness. Get back Elder. Play the Seer. And put back Summerwild Sage, hold on to the Pawn Prophet, because the Prophet's going to be a redraw. I wonder how many rat colonies you actually need to make this work. This is the other issue with Blink decks, is that if you get matched up against a really strong aggro deck, you can just get completely bowled over until you have a chance to stabilize. Destroy each creature power 2 or less. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna scoop this up then. Like, that is way too fucking devastating. Ow. Ow, that hurts. I think we just kind of have to assume that the Vren Relentless Rat build has, in fact, been the build to take off. A Latimery. Okay. Ooh, Nadu makes this a really attractive hand. Plus, if we have the Stasis Field, we have an answer for a Latimery himself. The downside is that this is slow. And because we have so many basics, we're at risk of going up against Winter Moon. Okay. So here's the conundrum. I can play Stasis Field now. And sit back the Landwar Elves. And then I can play Nadu. Or I can hold on to the Stasis Field. And play it on the Latimer, but then I lose a turn to play Nadu. I think for tempo reasons, I am just gonna play Nadu. I would love to be able to use Counterspell here. But I think playing the Nadu now is the only way that we keep up if they go really hard into ramp. Plus, even though they have 3 mana, there's not a lot they could play at 4 that they can use. Pawn Prophet is really good if we can draw into something. If we can draw into another land. And it's a Flooded Stream. Alright, so we got a really good draw there. Notably, their Nykthos is online. It's gonna be tapping for like at least 3. Let's see, this is currently green. Augur of Autumn. Again, I think for tempo reasons. Ooh, I need to start grabbing basics so I can avoid Winter Moon. Alright, so we're gonna do that for tempo. They have 1 mana left over, 2 mana left over. Tap 2 untapped creatures, reveal a card from your hand. If you reveal a creature, put it onto the battlefield. Hey, green, tap 2. Yep, and there's the Rex Sage to get rid of the stasis. We do have the Acidic Slime if we top deck into a land to get rid of the Nykthos, but a Latimer is going to just start shitting out creatures. There we go. That's what Mom wants. It's not perfect, but it works. We haven't had a chance to play Clement just yet. I don't think we play the Mentor, so play Clement, unless we bounce the Pawn Prophet. And then I can immediately play the Prophet for another redraw. Hopefully Nadu starts accelerating us too. Ugh. Sundering Titan! Okay. Well, at least the acidic slime blocks it, right? Notably, the Pawn Prophet will also get a chance to tap for mana. We're in a real big die pinchy right now. But we gotta be able to play this Hullbreaker Horror. If we can do that, I think we can pull ahead. Although we obviously don't want the flickering the Sundering Titan. Yep. Another Elvish Mystic. Yeah, getting rid of that Augur ends up being really big for us. Hello, land. Alright, so we go ahead. Play Clement. Alright, go full control. Target the Pawn Prophet. Commit 1. Gonna go ahead. Tap for green. Excellent. Draw goes to hand. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and we could potentially play the Splash Mentor. Being able to blink Acidic Slime would actually be fantastic. Also just like shutting off all their lands. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna take the redraw though. Great Henge. If we can... I don't think we're in a position where we can attack, actually. Really not it back to block. Alright, there's a treasure. There's a Landware Elf. They can't play it this... No, wait, hold on. Oh, let's let him play stuff off the graveyard. Off the top. Ah! It's a Pawn Drill! Double the power of each creature you control. We are in die pinchy for sure. Yep, and there's Freyalise to cash in on... I would say Sundering Titan, right? I feel like it's Sundering Titan because right now it just kind of gets blocked up. Oh, they have Palakworm right there. Okay. I think we lost this one. Unfortunately, this was just the one game where Aladamari... I didn't have the answer for Aladamari. Yeah, we're just going to pick this up. Hullbreaker doesn't help us out here. Also, I completely misread Aladamari. So, like, if I'd been, I guess taking the tempo loss on Aladamari is just the most important thing. Bonnie Paul Clearcutter. That's a card I was thinking about putting into this deck, and is a really, really good card to put into this deck. We did run the die roll, so that helps us out a lot. We can go ahead, play Kami. Puts in the breeding pool. Alright. And they've got Kami too. Nightclub Bouncer. Okay. So here's a question for us. Do we want to play Clement right now? We would get to bounce the Kami to our hand if we do. So the answer ends up being yes. And then next turn we can go ahead, use Club Bouncer. If we draw another land, that's pretty cool, I guess. Club Bouncer doesn't have anything to really target right now, which helps. We have the Myco Spawn, which can ramp us out. I will always say yes to another land. Okay. So how do we want to do this? We can play Myco Spawn, and we can continue ramping out. Let's go combat, because we always swing here. I think what we want to concentrate on is like trying to draw it into something that can help deal with Paul. Let's go ahead. I should have waited on that. I could have feigned holding up blue. Getting the Vantasar off the top is pretty... Grow back. I guess exile our graveyard? No, that's just gonna gain some... Alright, so Bonnie Paul's coming out. And we can't stop that unless... This is what? Kicker is colorless though, so we can't actually do that then. I guess if that was going to be the case, we would discover the formula then. The biggest issue here is that they can go ahead, Bonnie Paul. This creature power toughness is equal to the number of lands you control. Whenever you attack, draw a card, put a land on the battlefield. So they just get to Uro. They get to Uro with anything they have out already. And that usually means Frillback and Kami are just like free enablers for that. We can Nightclub. So if that's going to be the case, 3, 4, 5. We cannot discover the formula no matter what. We bounce, and then we also have Decisive Denial. Yeah, if we use Decisive Denial to like fight the Kami, then that's fine. Alright, so Bonnie is down. They get their stupid blue ox. Now's the part of the game where we play Nightclub. Bounce Pawn Prophet. Bounce Frillback. And then Decisive Denial. Fight. And that's just to kind of like keep them from like going too crazy. Mana Drain is also pretty good. But we still have to worry about like Bonnie Paul because the power is really coming from her. You don't care too much otherwise. But I already used the Nightclub bouncer, so I can't actually bounce Bonnie Paul. Ain't that just the thing? I can make the Ventusar bigger. Alright, so let's go ahead and try and draw. Okay, that works. So as long as I leave 2 mana open, that would give me, what, 3 to play around with? But I can't. So yeah, we Cyclonic Rift. Cyclonic Rift Bonnie Paul. We can't cast the Mana Drain. Yep. And we're just gonna get fucking domed for 13. Yeah, that went about how I expected. God, yeah, I forgot that we didn't have enough blue. We don't have enough blue, chat. And then there's Larcenist, and this game's over. We just don't have anything that, like, gets us back there. Silverback Elder is pretty cool. But the Ox gets bigger with every goddamn land they control, so like the Elder can't even block it. Let's think for a second. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because of Clement. No, that's game. We just can't keep up. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a quick pit stop. And, you know, I thought I had a timer. I'm gonna have to remember to, like, make a timer here. Alright, so let's go ahead and mod the deck real quick. Alright, so it's like I said, everything that has been beating us down, the biggest issue has just been getting beat down. Like, we haven't seen enough of the tempo stuff to really catch up, and we're also missing the big cards that would help us catch up. So like we could put in our own Bonnie. Bonnie isn't that that range, and then you could also like just remake her Ox. So, like Bonnie is an option here. I also think that maybe we consider Uro, because then Uro is not a card that you ever want to like actually blink. But the fact that he is just like a 6/6 that helps pull us ahead so much faster can help us out a lot. And we're really looking for it in our 5 and 6 creature slot. Like Palak Worm is an option. That's uncommon. Let's see. I don't mind cutting the Mind Flayer for something like that. Turn a creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. This is one of the base Sphinxes. Frost Titan is very good tempo wise. Let's see. I don't think there's like any like really big blue stuff that we could try running. Like there is Jinkataxis, yeah, but I'm thinking of in line with what we're still trying to do, which is play creatures that are just big and get us a lot of really good value. You could like play a Swag Tusk. Swag Tusk comes in, 5 life, blocks pretty good. Aggressive Mammoth, no. I don't have the card that like makes everything fight. You do have Surak, which makes big creatures trample, helps pump them up. You could play Huntmaster. Whenever it comes into play, you make wolves, and that's a pretty decent stabilizing force. And then, what other cool stuff do we have here? When you cast Spider, nah, it gets good value, but we're looking for the game-ending stuff. Tyrannus Rex is really big in game-ending. There's also the World Breaker. I don't know. This is just like more removal. We want things that end the game. So like, honestly, you probably just go with like a Craterhoof, right? Because we're playing so many small creatures. Galtos Cube. We don't want to play Pride of the Hulklade. Beast of, whenever you cast a Beast of Bird. So like, if you want to play blue-green Thanos, you can. God, you could just like slap Coma into a deck, right? Just slapped Coma into a deck and that would do it. Notably, none of these are really going to be bounce, although we do have like some stuff to bounce. So, like, put in an Ulamog. Why not just put in an Ulamog? Maybe not like an Emrakul. Wormcoil is cool. Yeah, sure. I'll take a look at your cheaper commons and uncommons. I mean, there's some good stuff in here. Shark would be a good one, but we don't have a shark. I am a failure as a trans woman because I do not have a shark. My wife has one though, and she refuses to share. Okay. We don't have like too much time. So I'm just gonna take a quick look at some of the... We just need like a really fat creature, right? Yeah. I'm thinking like, honestly, the Blockworm is probably just like one of the better cards that you could put into that. Like, yeah, yeah, there's an Emoti, but that's not really. There's a Tatyava. What happened to Blockworm? Do I not have one? That would be awful silly if that was the case. Thought I did. Where's my worm? Where'd my worm go, Jet? I mean, there's a bookworm. Was Blockworm not on Arena? Was I imagining things? There's Impressive Great Worm. There's World Spine Worm. There's Primordial Worm, Lindworm, Vigor Spore, Bramble Worm. Reach and Trample, actually. That's not bad. And you gain 5 life? There's oh, it's a rare. That would be why. Honestly, you know what? I'm going to give myself a Palaka Worm as a treat. Palaka Worm is like just a really solid green card. Okay. So what are we going to cut for these real quick and how many? Let's see. Summerwald Sage is really good. The Cloud Key, I think the Cloud Key is really powerful for rotating stuff. The Sage can also help out with that, but if we're looking for creatures to cut. Think. Hullbreaker Horror is just really solid with that. We also have the Titan of Industry. Like, we're looking to add to these piles, not to cut too hard. Cavaliers are very strong, stable 5/4, so Silverback Elder. Acidic Slime might be a little too much. No, Slime is good. Slime is good. Slime is fantastic utility. What am I thinking? Let's go ahead and get out. Crater Hoof is just like... We're also not like a heavy ramp deck, so like Ulamog might not make sense as the finisher. Blockworm might even just fit into that better. What else we got? Bonecrafter, Dowerport Mage, good. Greater, good. Vandal, good. Blossoms, Pond. Yeah, I really don't have like the power acceleration. So maybe that part's on me. That part's probably definitely on me. You've been playing Frog Standard. Well, I hope you enjoy Frog Brawl. Alright. So I'm Maiko. Yep, okay. So let's cut Ulamog out of the equation. Let's go ahead and... let's see. Palaka Worm. But we're also on a tight schedule here. I am just about off time, so we are going to cut, I think, Acid Slime, and also... let's see. Lookout has actually just been incredibly awkward. So, yeah, we'll call it there. I want to see if I can find a place to put Acid Slime back in, because Acid Slime is actually a very solid card. Like, it blocks really good. It can set you can attack lands. It can naturalize. Like, it just does everything. But when we're playing on pit stop time, we just have to make decisions. Okay. This hand is really slow. It's got Fairy Seed to help us dig, though, and joint exploration. It's got Tommy of Safekeeping, but none of this actually interacts with Joda more easily. But between these two, I feel like we might be able to dig. Being up on basic Mountain Ragavan. Okay. I see how it is. Seer has just been an all-star. Hedge Maze and Battle Mage. Neither of those deals with Joda. Yep, we're gonna go ahead and block here so they don't have the acceleration, which sucks. You do what you gotta. Sanctum Weaver. The irony. I would love to play the Grazer right about now. But we just don't have that luxury. Yep. Go ahead, crack Tarn. Oh, right, Joda's 4 mana. Okay. Yep, alright. We get to counter Joda this turn. And then... we can play Clement. But... I need to dig with the joint exploration, and this will at least let us play Clement and hold up Tamios. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, now I wish we had that Battlescape Mage. The Prismatic Bridge just, like, pulls everything off the top of their deck. So if we don't find a Naturalize, we are cooked. Mana Drain is pretty great. But no dice. Cavalier Thorns doesn't help either. Alright. I think this one's out of our hands. Especially with Shouldered out. GG's. We knew what the score was. And we got to look through quite a few cards at the top of our deck. But if they get to untap with that bridge out, and they untap with something like and they get a shoulder out of it, you never come back from that. At least not with the way that our deck is built. If there were a way to, like, really slow down the opponent, that would work. But unfortunately, so much of our tempo does not work from behind. And that's just kind of the nature of the deck, I think. We have a lot of ways to try and overtake on tempo, but if we don't see them, then we don't see them. So, like, maybe what I should have done is hold on to the Escape Mage, because then at least, you know, if they play Joda, we can take a turn to bounce Joda back to their hand and then reset while having a creature on board. I definitely didn't anticipate needing to naturalize something right away, because honestly, I thought we were going up against 5-color Joda. Or, well, no, they're both 5-color Jodas. But what I thought we were going up against was Anthem Joda. So it looks like the machines found us an opponent, but they're having a hard time picking us out. Aurora, hey, thank you so much for stopping by. What'd you get? You got something? You got something? What'd you get? What'd you get? Oh, I see a Kappa. I see a gold Kappa. Is that what you got? You got yourself a gold Kappa? Huh. I think this one ended in a draw. Yeah, this ended up being a non-match for whatever reason. I don't know. Something happened with the opponent's connection. One of the other things that we could theoretically put in, we could look at trying to play... Not Planeswalkers. Planeswalkers are too much in the realm of super grindy stuff. Minsk and Boo! Timeless Heroes! On the move, a BG3 playthrough right now, in fact. Ooh, having the Brainstorm, pass a True Unveil, and a fetch land is pretty great here. It's Minsk and Boo, and they're on the play, so they're very likely going to go land, elf. We have land, Brainstorm, which is not great. But the Brainstorm does help us dig, and then we can potentially path on the next turn to set them back. Ooh, that's what we like to see. And I am going to Brainstorm at the end of their turn, because on our turn we're going to want to pass to bounce whatever they have. You're making fresh baked bread? Oh, I wish I had some. Give me that bread. Is it Italian? French loaf? I better be playing Doppelgang. This is not... I would... Honestly, maybe I do play some more clones in this deck. That's not something I'd actually considered. You know what? I'm going to put the Misty Rainforest and... besiege you back, I think. And then we'll draw the Misty. And then what we can do from this point... I'll shock this in. Let's see. It's currently at 5 mana. With Decisive Denial out, we actually have the flexibility to go ahead and say, Path Bird. Oh, you've got to be shitting me. Beast Whisper is not something I can counter, but something I probably should have expected. Alright, let's go ahead and bounce that back to their hand. Now it costs more. They've got 4 mana now. Alright, that's a turn-in. Just the slowest start. Okay, they are going to go ahead and recast Whisperer. And I don't have any issue with using Rift to go ahead and put the Whisperer back into their hand, because that's kind of time-walking them. You love the miniature! You love the Space Hamster! The Space Hamster is very good, I agree. Hey, how about that? Time walk. Snow Forest. I can't do anything. At least not for one more turn. Because I have to leave up the denial to deal with Minsk and Boo. Alright, yep, you get to keep your Beast Whisperer now. Alright, so here's the joke. Somberwald Sage. Pass the turn. If they kill the Sage, they kill the Sage, and I'm not going to do anything to protect it. Oh, hey, look, they had something to kill the Sage with. Because me losing the Sage is just... Ah! I've been bamboozled! Decisive Denial does not help against creatures. I'm actually just getting fucking wrecked right now. Yep. I was punished for my hubris. Alright. There's also the Spark Double. That is true, honestly. Spark Double is not the worst. Alright. Here's Clement. Clement does nothing. At least not just yet, hopefully, question mark. At least blocks the Beast Whisperer. We have Memory Lapse here to send Minsk and Boo back to the top of the deck. Hopefully they don't have a Summer Veil. A lot of these really aggressive red-green decks play the Summer Veil specifically to fight through counterspells. I, on the other hand, am really naked right now. I would love to be able to untap with the Hullbreaker Horror. What is this? It gets +2/+2. Vigilance and Menace. K3. I mean, if they had like a... Okay, it's Tamio's safekeeping. That was probably just like a bad attack on their point, because they want to hold on to that to protect Minsk and Boo. I don't think there's anything I can really do. I have to use the Hullbreaker here on my next turn. But with Migloz the way that it is... I think the fact that they just have, like, a ton of creatures that can do stuff to get through this. I think the fact that the Decisive Denial wasn't able to deal with creatures is just the bad part here. Yep. Now they have the hamster.
He will never wins because it's too tiny.
Alright. So, before they do anything, they can pay 2, give this +2/+2. Which means that it becomes a 6/6. They currently can do that twice, which means that it would become an 8/8. And that plus the Goldspan Dragon means that I lose. And I just don't have anything that answers that. I kind of just have to hope they don't see the line, I guess. Alternatively, I could block Miglaws with Clement, then play the horror. Actually, hold on. That might be out. That might be an out. We go ahead, we play Hullbreaker Horror. Clement bounces, we bounce Clement. Because we're going to lose him anyway. We're at 3 life. And now we can potentially... Okay. We might have a chance here. I think we use... This is X... Sack a creature, does X damage to any target where X is that creature's power. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem right now. We're at 3 life. So we have to get rid of 1, 2, 3 plus Minsk and Boo. I could cast Clement. I also have Aether Channeler here. So let's Aether Channel to like 2 here. Bounce the hamster. Bounce Minsk and Boo, so they have to recast it. Alright, and then we hold both of these to be in response, I think. It's tricky, but we're still in this. Because what we want to do is we want to fight whatever Minsk tries to sacrifice, right? Because what's going to happen is they get activated, and we get a chance to... Oh, wait, hold on. We can actually bounce. Yeah, we could bounce. Yeah. So, do it in response to Minsk. Make the Hullbreaker fight the Goldspan Dragon. And then return Minsk to the hand. Remember, when Minsk and Boo comes into play, they have a trigger. Alright, Goldspan Dragon's gone, so they no longer have a flyer. They still get the hamster. And they can replay Minsk and Boo if they want. We're not out of it yet. We can also play Clement and then evoke the Null Drifter to bounce the Channeler. Replay the Channeler. Oh, that's a lot of... Okay. Go ahead, pass the blocks. So, we always use the Horror to block the Whisperer. We chump here. Let's see. The horror can also just like take out the land here. Cast the Whisper, bounce the... I think the Chandler has to block regardless. Yeah, so let's go ahead and block here. And then, what? This is 1 gains Vigilance and Menace. We can also Tomio Safekeeping. Alright, go ahead. This is also going to have the upside of giving us just a little bit more cushion. While getting rid of a card that we could not bounce otherwise. Now they have 1 treasure. Alright, we're in it. We are in it. How much do we have? We have 6 mana available, so we can't actually use the Wash Away the way we would want to. But we can... This is Vigilance, but not Haste. That's important. Yes. Go ahead, we cast Clement. We return... My goes to their hand. And then we can Null Drifter. We can bounce the Hamster, but I want to leave the Wash Away up. Don't think we attack. Think we leave stuff back. Okay, we got there! Haha! Woo! Hallbreaker Horror for the GGs. Okay. I really thought... I thought we were cooked. I thought we were cooked. Oh my god. But, I forgot. Clement can bounce himself whenever another creature comes out, so you do just get those instances of block, play a flash creature, protect Clement. And, you know, because this thing costs an additional 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if they draw another card, they can play both. They probably even just, like, play Beast Whisper into Migloss. But then I'm pretty sure I wash away the Beast Whisperer so they don't draw. Although holding up the wash away just to stop the Miskaboo is also probably relevant. Because every time I cast a spell anyway, the creatures go back to their hand. And that's what I mean. This deck has ways to overtake the other player. But it needs to be able to do that a little more consistently and a little more easily, because that was too close for comfort. And we got a boosty pack. Have I seen the Bloomburrow Alchemy cards coming out? I have. I am really excited. And I am going to be saving my wild cards and my gold for the release. I think it comes out, what was it, next week or the week after? Let me double check real quick. Alchemy available tomorrow? Yeah, it's coming out tomorrow. Sweet. Oh yeah, I am really excited for the Alchemy cards. I feel like a lot of the themes that came out in the original Bloomburrow set are just a little lacking. Like, very specifically mice. So having additional cards to help, you know, pump up the deck helps a lot. Also, we are going to go ahead and keep this. We're up against Old Stick Fingers, which is either a reanimation deck, or it's a really, really cheesy combo deck. So we're gonna have fun figuring out which one, and we're gonna need to actually like draw. Go ahead and play. We'll play Clement. Nope, there's no reason for us to bounce the Halfling. All right, if they play Stick Figures on 0, they are not gonna play Stick Figures on 0. Okay. I appreciate that Clement has Vigilance. That makes this just a lot better. We have 5 mana to play this turn. Yeah. So here's Wall of Blossoms. Again, we're not looking for anything. Hedge Maze is really good. But I would rather play Lookout. and bounce the Wall of Blossoms to our hand. Especially since Lookout is just a great... I love this card, okay? I want to start playing this card in... Oh, goodbye, Wall of Blossoms. Okay, do you have like another black source? Are you going to play Stick Fingers on 0? When you cast a spell, reveal tops until you reveal X creature cards. Okay, so typically they want to play this on at least one. Go to combat. Attack with Clement. We can play the Silverback. Not gonna be like a whole lot. Forg. Yeah. Alright, we'll play the Silverback. And... You know what? 1, 2, 3, 7... But what? I don't think I want to pop the Lookout just yet. We already have like a ton. Discover the Form is a great top deck. I'm just waiting for this guy to fucking pop off. You want to see a Mabel deck? Oh, I know for a fact Amy the Amazonian has a Mabel deck. It's just one of those instances where, you know, it's the very start. There's not like a whole lot. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not going to commit anything because they could just wrap the board if they're trying to hold on for a combo. The Amazonian. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. That's why she's Amy the Amazonian. Amazonian. Yeah, exactly. This is honestly, the way that they're going, I am almost positive that they're trying to do some sort of gifts given stuff. Okay. Cruelty of Gix. How do I feel about this? Never mind, they're dead. Okay. You told her that earlier. Oh, you were in Amy's stream earlier. Nice. But also, I'm not really sure what the opponent's game plan here was. Typically, with something like this... So here's the thing. You go until you reveal X creature cards. So what you can do with old Stick Fingers is you can actually make it so you only have like 3 or 4 creatures in your graveyard. And they all go in. You play Victimize or something to bring them all out into just a straight up win condition, right? I've also seen the old Stick Fingers for 1 put in the Colossus into play. The one that comes into play, you draw a card and then put a land into play and they just drop their entire deck or something. But kind of hard to tell exactly what this guy's plan was. All right. Incidentally, I'm trying to think about the clone effects. The clone effects are weird, right? Because on the one hand, you do get to copy all the stuff that you make, but they also copy the mana value of the card they're copying. So I'm not actually sure how effective that is. Okay. Melik Reforged Researcher. Power and toughness equal to twice the number of instant sorceries, and the first one you cast each turn costs 3 less. This is actually just like the spells in their deck right now. Or at least one of them. We have Port Mage, we have Blossoms. The Blossoms lets us redraw, and we have Eaten by Piranhas to deal with Melik. I'm gonna hold on to this on the hope that Wall of Blossoms can pull us into the 3rd land that we need, and that Eaten by Piranhas helps make up for the difference. I wouldn't say that this is a fast deck, but just kind of by virtue of it, never mind, this could be the actual factual Spellslinger version. Alright, so we go ahead and play Wall of Blossoms. One of the upsides of playing Clement is that you do get to play... Hey! Never didn't have it. You do get to play more of the wall cards. Route Monsoon Mage, you say? Okay, this is interesting. They don't have Malik out yet. But Ral actually, as a cost reducer, gets really scary. Now, his Planeswalker side isn't as worrisome, but we're also not good at attacking. So what I could potentially do is I could play my Misty Rainforest, I could play Clement, bounce the Wall of Blossoms to my hand. But we really want to slow them down. Alright, let's go ahead. We'll put this on blue, and we'll take the Scry. I'll take an untapped island next turn. And we're going to go ahead, Eaten by Piranhas, Ral. And we're just going to try our best. Like, Wild Blossoms is still holding the fort. I will play Clement, because we need to be able to, like, kick back. And at least this way, if Clement attacks... Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, play Clement. Normally I would bounce the wall, but with as aggressive as they're being, I'm gonna leave it in play so we have the blocker. Especially if they're gonna be on play a bunch of cantrips, bolt, bolt, bolt. It didn't bolt the Wall of Blossoms, and it didn't have like a stop. Barrel's a problem. Barrel's another cost reducer. And it looks like they are just playing this as aggro spell slinger. Alright, block like this. Even though they probably have like a shock to get rid of Clement, that's still cards out of their graveyard, I guess? Yep, that's Is It Charm. We knew that was coming, it's fine. We're gonna go ahead and dig. What if Foothills? It's not an answer, but it's a land. One Molly, hey, thank you so much for stopping by. Alright. Now, let's go ahead and Ford. So if I've learned anything from fighting Bonnie Paul, we can just play Bonnie Paul and crash our lookout to get more value out. Melik being a 4/4 is also pro. Again, block here. I'll just take the 1 from Barrel. Oof. They get Nadu. Getting our Nadu's actually a problem. But then, if Nadu dies... This is what we call a big oof moment. Cloud Key is pretty cool. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and trade frogs. You know what? Hold on, what? From your hand or graveyard! Oh my god. Card is nuts. Alright, let's go ahead, crack these for some forests. And then play the Great Henge into the north. Grab... No? Alright. They might have taken our Nadu, but we've got a big old cow. Sometimes you just have to play power cards. Ooh, there goes Bonnie Paul. That's fine. We still have her cow. 5 damage. Why are people playing Soul Seer? Oh my god! That was enough? That was enough? Okay, it's 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker and lose into destructible until end of turn. Okay, never mind. 5 damage to creature or planeswalker is actually very reasonable for 3 mana. And I was thinking of another card I was seeing in another list. But okay, this is not really what you normally see this deck being played as. Because what you can do with Malik is you can actually just go cantrip, 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 make him really big, and then fling him. Big cow, better than bird. You're not wrong! You are not wrong in the slightest. Oh my god, though. I didn't realize it was from Graveyard. That is even... That's worse than I imagined. Notably on the next turn. So, like, if they don't scoop, and this is just to, like, you know, further elaborate, we can go ahead, play Clement. We draw a card off Great Henge. We bounce Wall Blossoms to our hand. Fort Mage also draws us a card because Wall Blossoms got bounced. So we're +2 on draws. We replay the Wall Blossoms. We draw off the Blossom and the Great Henge, and that +4. And that's like an instant refill. And so they clearly saw the writing on the wall there. Meanwhile, the 9/9 gets to attack and just like... And they could jump it for a couple of turns, but it's not going to last. I want to build the Mabel deck. And having all of these new mice is going to make it so much easier. Because I think the mice are actually really cool. I'm probably most excited for the White Collective Company. And it's like, this is just the kind of stuff that you can do with these Aqua designs. It's fantastic. Alright. Yorti Mog Ancient. One of the commander face cards from last set. From Modern Horizons. When it enters, you make an arbor. At the beginning of each combat, land creatures go get XX where X is Yorti's power. I have not actually had the opportunity to play against this deck. But this will be interesting. Okay, they're going to go ahead, lead off on a Vine Stalk. We can grab our Surveil land as we usually do. And then it's not like I'm expecting... I'll leave Tree up there. Having a colorless source is actually really important. Alright, play the frog, draw, pass. Okay, they're not going to do anything. Let's see. We could play the Cloud Key. But that'd be just running it into counter magic. Prismatic Vista. Okay. Alright, go ahead, go to combat. And then... into the north. I won't be surprised if they counter this. Yeah, they're just going to memory lapse. Which seals off our draw for next turn, which is annoying, but I do have this Essence Flux that I'll use to pop the profit. Because they're not going to play out their commander into open blue mana. And if they are, then like we just get their ass. Alright, here we go. Let's attempt to blink out the frog so we don't have a dead draw next turn. Ooh, now that's spicy. And then I am once again... I can't use Wash Away and Counterspell, so there's no opportunity cost for doing this. Notably, we did have to pay 2 mana for our land drop, which feels bad. They could also have miscast or dispel to protect their commander. Which, if that's what they have, I can't really stop that. Although a top deck land lets us play Kogla. Kogla fights their commander. And then it's just a really bad day for them. A chance to get down the Cloud Key would also be really nice. And then I will play Wash Away over the Counterspell in case any of their Counterspell options are a Force Spike. Man, could you imagine if we had to play around Daze? That'd be wild. We already have to play around, like, the pitch elementals. But because it's a singleton format, the consistency of having to fight those are just kind of weird. Okay. The 2 encounters are on target, lands you control, they become 0/0 elementals. I am okay with trying to, like, slow that down. Ah, Gallic Readers. Okay, I could play the Cloud Key. And I can play the Gallic Readers. What does playing the Gallic Readers first do for us? It lets us hold up 3 mana. It gets more creatures out, which means that we can play Clement, which means more acceleration versus... Like, there's just no way that this resolves. And I'm fine with that. Like, Gallic Readers is actually probably just the higher upside because it allows everything. Alright, so yeah, we go ahead. We're going to attempt to Wash Away here. They used their counterspell on this when they had the mana open for it. I am A-okay with that. So now we get to go ahead and... Notably, I am all out. Yeah. I'm still going to play the pup, though. Because now we can play Kogla next turn, no problem. Destiny Spinner to keep their spells from getting countered. Okay. Ah, but what you did not realize, what you could not realize, is that we now have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 potential mana. So not enough to actually play Kogla, but enough to get Kogla out. There's a Harrow. If we get Kogla down, we can actually just, like, start smacking stuff. I want to hold on to it so like, we can actually, like, get rid of Joyda, though. So... let's do it. Yeah. Let's go ahead. We'll play our commander. And then... yeah. Commit 1. Make tap treasure. Tap this for green. And then... yeah, let's keep doing this, shall we? And then the Gallic Reader starts popping off. And then... yeah. Yeah, that's what we want to be doing. I guess we could have played the Rex stage to get rid of the Destiny Spinner, but we're also not in a position where we're going to be countering anything anyway. Bristly Bill's a card that we need to make sure we deal with. For each time you've cast your commander from the command zone. Right. Land creatures control get XX, where X is Jyoti's power. Well, thank God. Yeah, you don't want to just, like, attack into those. Well, we have Kogla, so here's hoping Kogla resolves. Give me my breeding pool. Give me my breeding pool. Give me. All right, here we go. Clement currently blocks, right? Right. I don't think I'm allowed to not, though. All right. Now, they get to recast Kogla. I'm gonna bounce the frog. Okay, gonna fight Jody. And I'm gonna start making my greeter bigger, because mana's currently not the pipeline here. Nope, never mind, it's Essence Flux. Alright, we're in trouble. Like, actual, factual, lot of trouble right now. Bounce the pup. Now we can go ahead. Make some treasure. You know what? I am just gonna keep bouncing that frog. Get rid of the Destiny Spirit, because the Destiny Spirit can start animating lands as a really strong mana sink. This is a problem. This is actually a really big problem. Oh, god damn it, it's Nissa. -6. Whenever a land you control enters the battlefield, you draw a card. This is a card that we cannot let them have, but Joga's just gonna... At the beginning of each combat. So, unless we figure out a way to get to her, this game's over. Now, this is a really scary commander. The fact that it continues to make new Forest Dryads every time it comes out, and it keeps making more and more. Oh, hey, Joel Real. Wait, what? Becomes an XX green bird. The haze where X is the number. Oh, hello, Hoof. Gain trample, huh? Now that's interesting. Can we win off of Hoof? Is this enough? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we have to. This gives him +5/+5. Oh, gods. We might be able to use this to get rid of Nissa. I don't think... Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Fuck it. You know what? Math is... No! Why did you use Clement? Why didn't you use the treasure? Why didn't you use the treasure, Tapper? I am just... Oh my god. I think we had this anyway. Because, like, this is an absurd amount of power. Maybe. But, like, not missing out on the 10 trample right here is gonna fucking drive me nuts. Because, like, this is, what, 18? This isn't enough. I don't think this is enough. If we had Clement, that was game. If Clement attacks, that was game. But no, But no! Oh my god. I have to just hope. This feels so bad. This feels like the absolute worst. I mean, but like, hey, at least we understand that Crater Hoof is the win button that we need. And it looks like the opponent is having a hard time, the opponent's having a hard time assigning blockers right now, so like, that's good for us, I guess. It is what it is. I don't think we scoop if this doesn't kill them. I think just gonna try and put everything on Kogla. Okay, and then this is... Yeah, everything on Kogla. Kogla has 14. If they recast Joity, that's actually, like, worse than everything else. Like, yeah. Yeah, they're literally at 1. So they can go ahead, they can alt Nissa. Oh god. So that's a game that we won if the tapper works the way that we wanted it to. So it's important to remember that it's gonna prioritize Clement and all the other creature mana over using the treasures.
I must retreat.
Yep.
No longer. Life cannot be denied.
Alright, so they do get to make a bunch more blockers. And then when they go to combat... So they currently have 6 blockers. We have 5 attackers. And Joita is big enough. Yeah. Kogla attacks, hits the Roaring Earth. I don't know what to tell you, chat. 1, 2... So, if we can, like, get rid of Joita, then we're fine. But this is gonna require, like, some finagling. Tenacious Pup. Do we bounce the pup? I don't think so. I think we leave it in there because we need to be able to attack with everything. And then... Actually, you know what? No. No. I'm actually going to hold on to the colorless in case we draw into a Battlescape Mage. Yeah. Kind of, almost. I'm not done yet. Cliff top lookout is not good enough. Everything gets +6/+6, which means they have to actually double up on... This is interesting. So they double block here and here. Wait, hold on. We still have this? They have to double block Kogla and Clement? No. No, Clement gets single blocked. Kogla gets double blocked. And that leaves them with 4 blockers, which is 1, 2, 3. You son of a bitch! I can't really do anything about it this turn, though, so... C'est la vie, I guess. Yep, we're gonna bounce the frog. Aether Channeler is a real card. I guess. So... I would love for Kogla to attack in, get rid of the Roaring Earth. Kogla trades. I think I have to do that just to make sure they don't get, like, any extra power. Kogla trades with at least one creature. Alright, let's see if the opponent can capitalize on our mistake. They do get the draw. Like, we're not in danger of losing right away. Although our Crater Hoof is really good for them. Notably, if they swing out, I'm in trouble. Because right now this is +6, which means 24. They also get to animate the Vine Stalk. The upside is that we have Aether Channeler, we have Pond Prophet. Do we got this, chat, or did we goof? Alright, they're gonna go to combat. No dice, okay. Let's see if this works out. Alright, there's a Brainstorm. I'm gonna go ahead and play Pond Prophet first. And we're still not bouncing the wolf. Pass of Tuanvit. Alright. We're gonna play the Aether Channeler, we're gonna bounce Jyoti, and when they do something, response. Yep. Bounce Jyoti. Give us more life. And then replay the Prophet, because we just need to make sure that we can draw. Go to combat, swing with everything. If they spend their mana to animate, then we can go ahead and put Aether Channeler back in. This is asking a lot. Alright. They have 4 creatures. And then there's Clement. And we got there! Okay! Holy shit. That should have ended a couple turns sooner, but, yeah. Yeah, if you have to start counting your mana to make sure you have the exact same stuff, or the exact correct stuff, make sure that you're using the sources that you want to use. Very well played, thank you very much. Viva la Crater Hoof, I guess. Okay, it's 3 o'clock. Let's take a real quick break. We're going to take one more pit stop just to see if there's anything in the deck that we think is not working. And then we'll play for the rest of the stream. Don't touch that dial. I'll be right back. And why is he moving back Like, I mean, if he has a Skull Knight, then like, yeah, we actually just lose. Well.
Extending that lead. Olsen makes the tackle.
This is pain.
13-yard gain, and it'll be a first and goal. It's first and goal at the 7-yard line.
Couldn't be me, Brony. Couldn't be me.
The home team come out in
God,
a 4-3.
I was right
He
there.
hits the hole and
I was right there, and he
on
just
his way
spun
to
around me.
6
Fucking,
points.
how did I fucking... Oh god, this game's over. Okay then. So then we've got... Wait, hold on. So anything up there? Potentially. Oh yeah, dance, 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 dance. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, you caught me in a good mood. You caught me in a good mood in your pun past. Okay. Boom. Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep. You get one, Jess. You get one. Flip it. Another laugh. Alright. So, now that I'm done fawning over my new model and the whole...
I also have a YouTube channel, but I don't use that at all. So, mostly just Twitch.
Alright. And then come on. You're the last one in. You're the last one out.
Jesus.
Oh my god, that
Very
scared me!
I had
eventful.
liquid in my mouth. Anyways, once again, Kyria Nebrius. You can find me twitch.tv/KyriaNebrius, KIR.
Alright, now this is spicy. We can actually cast Sarah's Emissary.
Mm-hmm.
The question...
I w-
Yeah. The
what
question...
we're calling. Yes.
So, like, they obviously haven't really played creatures. Creatures are typically what you would name with Sarah's Emissary, because it just completely shuts off any, like, aggro they could have.
Mhm.
But given that they literally have only been playing the Mirror Triton, I'm able to think that they're on either some sort of Reanimator deck, or they just have a lot of control in their hand.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say Instance.
That sounds reasonable. Yes.
And if they have like an edict effect or something like that, then Emissary wasn't going to stick around anyway.
Mhm. At the very least, she is a must-answer threat.
Oh, well, they just answered
Well,
her. The only reasonable thing that we can do is just 4 dodge, 3 dodge, 2 dodge. Fucking go for it. Holy shit! Holy shit! Touchdown! Touchdown, Brody man! Holy shit! Oh my god! That's a touchdown! It's too late for me. Oh my god! Alright, and we're back. Alright, let's take a quick pit stop just to double check on the deck. I don't think... Honestly, I think with the, adding in the top, some cards on the top end has helped a lot. Bonnie, we've already seen Bonnie, we've already seen Hoof, so that's helped a lot. Don't forget to put in, like, big Brawl level win condition creatures, kids. Welcome back. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's good to be back. Okay. And then, so, honestly, I'm going to have some words for final thoughts, but I think I'm really happy with the build right now. Ooh. Murray, Trash Tactician. Time for some trash taste. Since the break, you now have a cat in your lap. Oh, kitty! What kind of kitty is it? It's the rule of the land. If you tell me you have a cat, you have to tell me about your cat. Is it a tabby? Is it a tuxedo kitty? Is it a void kitty, where it's like all black and it has yellow eyes? Let's see. I would love to be able to put in like Blooded Strand, but it doesn't come into play untapped, so we can't use it to grab our Surveil land. I wanted to see the raccoon deck. Why you gotta take that away from me, bro? I wanted the raccoon deck. Okay. I'm still working on our raccoon deck. Raccoons are another creature type that I think needed the alchemy love. Very sad that I'm not going to be able to just, like, get my packs right away, unfortunately. I need to, like, just save for alchemy so much earlier. When did Bloomeroo come out? It was like just the end of last month. Oh, I don't like this at all. He's a tuxedo kitty with pink and black swirled toe beads. Oh my god, I love that so much. Aww. Okay, Sun Shower Druid, Wall of Blossoms. We're still stuck with the 3 Tree City. I think I need to cut the 3 Tree City. I want to wait until after Alchemy. Very specifically because we're going to get more frogs that I think are actually really good for this deck. But the 3 Tree City just is not doing what I was gonna what I hoped it would be doing. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, pop it with the Druid, play Wall of Blossoms, lose Wall of Blossoms, Strict Serenade. Ow! I was counting on that Wall of Blossoms to be a redraw, so losing it actually hurts a lot. Alright, well, at least the Dowerport can, like, start recycling the Druid. There's that. It's not as a sorcery either, so... we are really behind right now. Losing that Wall of Blossoms hurt way too much. We have Mole Drifter, we have Null Drifter. We've got Mole and Null. So we're up against Elders the Shoreless Sea, and this is actually a really, really, really scary blue deck to be played against. In part because this does just get them a free counterspell each turn. Not like free in the, you know, it's not Cure the Glass Spitter, but like in the sense that they just don't have to play it. So I have to hold up Wash Away at all times. Ew, Foretell. I see. Grazer is not what I wanted. And now I can't even play the Druid anymore, so honestly, I'm just not going to bother. They had 1 mana open. They're playing a mono blue deck. I probably should have suspected that they were going to play, you know, some sort of tempo. And the Strixhaven is actually a really handy counterspell for mono blue decks. Any sort of like hard control deck. We're playing a lot of rival blue-green decks today. Ivy, Gleeful Spell Thief, and we get to be on the play. And we have Bird of Paradise, Fairseer, Pond Prophet. Alright. Mana Screw sucks. Magic designed as intended by Garfield, PhD. Now the question becomes, what should we lead off on? We can lead off on the passage, and that's probably better tempo. I am going to go ahead and lead off on the catacombs, though. So that way we can go ahead and lead off with Birds of Paradise. Because we still have plays that we can make on 2 mana, even if the Fable Passage comes into play tapped. We can still play Druid, we can still play Seer. Hedge Maze is nice. We're not going to be playing Clement, unfortunately. We could play Pod Prophet. Play the Druid, play the Seer. Let's go ahead and Hedge Maze. Okay, so I want to keep that land on top. I want to draw into that next turn. So that's going to be the case. And yeah, now we play Prophet. So we can go ahead, draw that card. Now the Fable Passage is going to come to play untapped. They had the Delighted Halfling already, so we were never going to be able to bluff counter magic. Ivy, unfortunately, just gets really crazy if she's allowed to go off. Okay, so let's go ahead. Here's a bright idea. I could play Clement, bounce the Pawn Prophet, and then replay the Prophet. Or I could play some of the smaller creatures. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and bounce the Pawn Prophet. So I don't want to attack with it. Alright, so now we're going to go full control mode because I just don't not trust anything. Bounce the Pawn Prophet, and then we'll play it again. We can go ahead and get another redraw. Brainstorm. The biggest issue is when Ivy starts mutating. That's when she gets really problematic. Dragon's Guard Elite. Yep. So they get to draw 2 cards, and now they both have flying. Tribute to the World Tree is actually a pretty great card to have right now. Here's what we're going to do. We currently have 6 mana available. I am... Let's see. We've got Brainstorm here. We've got Fairy Seer. So what you can do is you can actually Brainstorm first and then play Seer to scry away the cards that you don't want to hold on to. And then there's also Tribute to the World Tree here. Fable Passage with Brainstorm to shuffle away cards you don't want is also really good. But I think for our purposes, I need to get this Tribute to the World Tree down while their mana is down. Because we need to make like some big chunky blockers. So what I'm going to do is Fairy Seer, draw some stuff. Beast Whisperer is pretty good, but it's not what we want. Or is it? 1, 2, 3... Let's just draw, but I think we need to find something that's stronger. Okay. And now what we'll do... We go combat, we swing with Clement. Right now the attack is free. And then... Yeah. Go ahead, Brainstorm. Masked Vandal and Wash Away is cool, but not what we need. Actually, no. Hold on. Do we have anything in our graveyard? We do not. So the Masked Away doesn't actually help. This is the unfortunate part. Put it on the bird. Maybe the Beast Whisperer would have actually been really good for recouping a lot of advantage. Mischievous Catgeist. The Disturb side is what they really want to be using here. But it's not like they really get punished. Okay, Fairy Seer doing exactly what we needed to do. That's good. Sunshower Druid. I want to be proactive here. You can't just like maybe this is a little impatient because they do just get to like play negate now. Myco Spawn helps out. We've also got Cavernous Souls here. Okay. Now what this lets us do, we can frog, frog, frog. And am I willing to like kick it? Yeah, I'm willing to kick it. Oh wait, no, I don't have the colors to kick it. Alright, but I am just going to go ahead and cast it normally then. Because now we can go ahead, bounce the Pawn Profit, replay the Profit on the next turn to try and like get more value. Cavernous Souls. Gaming Frog. Okay, never mind. I guess that was enough for them. So we play Myco Spawn. With the cast trigger, we search out frogs. Now they can never counter our frogs, which means that we can also play Mass Vandal uncounterable. Plus the Myco Spawn is already 3 power, so Tribute to the World Tree will draw us a card. We bounce the Pawn Profit to our hand. We tap our frogs, play our frog, get to draw another card. We can bounce the Seer. We can put the Seer back into play. Rescry. They've seen enough. Yeah, they've seen enough. I don't even know that that was necessarily a, well, I think I've lost this game, so I'm going to scoop. I think that was really just more of a, oh, I think you're going to keep wasting my time, so I'm just going to value my time and go play with someone else. Which, like, you know, that's a real consequence of playing this type of deck sometimes. You actually do want to be quick or else your timer just runs out. But me, I'm in the opinion that as long as, you know, as long as I don't feel like you're wasting my time, it's fine. Alright, so this is a hand we're going to end up throwing back. We're up against Yigra, Eater of All. 6/6 for 5, and it has all other creatures on the field are food artifacts, and whenever food goes into the graveyard, you put 2 counters on Yigra. It's a big beater. But this hand is not fast enough. This is much better. Oh, I love this so much better. We'll keep this. You've even got Yavimaya Coast. Alright, so they lead off on Necro Blossom Snarl. Ooh. I'm just not a fan of playing the Snarls anymore. You agree about, you know, just don't waste your time? Yeah, I think that's about right. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and offer the trade. They're not gonna take it. But I am gonna go ahead, play Clement, bounce Kami. And now I can use Kami to... I can cash in Kami for lands. Which I really hope I don't have to do, but if I need to take a turn off to do that, then so be it. Oh no. Okay, so they can go ahead and play their commander this turn. That's a Vista. And, you know, even if it is just like a big beat stick, it is still a beat stick. I might have to, like, sacrifice my fairy just to preserve my life total. Yep. Alright, that's a big kitty. And in order to make it work, we have to sacrifice a food. Well, here's Stasis Field. I will have 2 mana to work with, one of which that can cast creatures. Stasis Field can slow it down, and I think I need to do that. So then... Okay. I'm going to go ahead and play my fairy. So we're going to scry to Counterspell, Brainstorm. Nope, we're going to shift both of those away. And then I'm going to go ahead. We do have to sacrifice our fairy. And like I said, we have to hold on to the Kami to cash it in for lands. That is not the sequence I would have liked to have done. But it's the only way that we just, like, slow them down enough to potentially get back in the game. Oh, never mind. They just had the naturalize. Yeah, we're fucked. Alright, that comes in for 10. Missing that land drop really hurt. Into the North is too late. I think we always just go to attacks. Okay. So we can try chump blocking now. The mentor doesn't help. We could Timeless Witness, grab. Nothing. I think we have to use Clement to block then. I really don't like it, but... I just can't imagine us being able to win if we don't take the turn off. Like, they have the naturalize. That is what it is. We might be able to get away with just letting one more hit us. We might even not even get a choice now, because it looks like they have removal for Clement. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so we are just gonna take 10 here. Peregrine took. If one more tokens be created under your control, create that many plus instead. We can Court of Calling for 2. I don't think that does enough. Yavimaya Coast hurts us a little bit. I think... Let's go ahead. Timeless Witness. Get back Seer. Timeless Witness getting back the Druid would have been really nice. Tree City doesn't help us. Druid similarly does not help us. And at this point... Wicked Wolf. That puts us down to 1 after everything swings in. Yeah, it's pretty much a free attack there. So we can never use Coast for color mana again, which means we only have 1 blue to work with. Now, it's just a big beater, but sometimes that's all you need. Waterscape Battle Mage, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, that's game. We got run over. I guess one of the things that we could have considered doing is holding off on playing the, Oh, I've got a jump in token. Hold off on playing the Eternal Witness. Hold up. Wait a turn. Play it the next turn so we can run the Stasis Field. Lyra Mousebringer. Huh. I've got a friend whose name is kind of like that. So this is Nashi Illusion Gadget here. This is an alchemy exclusive card. Whenever it enters, secretly choose a card in your graveyard and conjure a duplicate into your hand. If the duplicate isn't a land, it perpetually gains flash. This is a turns deck. That's all it ever is. It's a brilliant ultimatum turns deck. And we need to be prepared for it. So I'll go ahead and play this card as it. Play this hand as is. Because we have 2 counter spells to help out with this. But no, this is literally just brilliant ultimatum. Don't let you know, beloved character Magic the Gathering character Nashi fool you. Alright, so they cycled Lorien Revealed and Mistress Bauble. I feel I'm gonna be really sad if they stifle this. Okay, we're good. We're set. We want answers. We want Titan of Industry is not a card that helps us out right now. It's a great card eventually, but not yet. Getting the Plenaire Genesis is huge right now. I'm gonna let the Consider go off. But getting the Plenaire Genesis, so that we have something to do if they don't do anything big, is helpful. Potentially going to a Panharmonicon or a Bonnie the Paul Clear Cutter is also really good. Like if they play a land, try and make a 3-mana play, we mana drain it, and then nope. All right, so that's how we're gonna be doing it. Mycosynth, Spawn, Aether Channeler, Chord. I'll take the extra land. Let's play out Polluted Delta. Pass the turn. Crack the Polluted Delta if they don't do anything. Put that into Snowland territory. They've got triple basics out. Yep, they are playing this very patiently. And there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Like, I can play the breeding pool. I could use that to try and play Clement. They try to counter my thing. I can't fight over that. I'm not in any rush. Just really depends on what they want to do. If they want to, like, make a play, I can counter that, then play Clement, still hold up more removal. Yep, look, it's just removal. It is just removal. Discover the Formula is really good if we get, like, 1 more land. But now we've missed a land drop. Yeah, see? They don't have to do anything, and we are currently at Discard Town. That feels... I think I have to, like, just lose a card, and it's probably going to be Panharmonicon. I need to be able to fight, so... Yep, I will start discarding. I just needed 1 more land. Alright. Guardian Project's going to be more valuable in the long term. And yep, they don't care. They don't care, they're ahead on lands. Sauron's Ransom. Oh, they got the One Ring, they got Thassa, they got Alrund's Epiphany. And there goes the ring. I really don't like this. I guess I'll drop the Great Hinge. Because it's going to be a combo, we're not really going to be worried about life totals. Not by a lot, anyway. I kind of just have to continue being as patient as I can. Yeah, we're going to mana drain now. They're going to cast a counter spell. And we're going to get rid of the wash away. Alright, if they have the third counter spell, then they have the third counter spell, and I can't do anything about that. They had the third counter spell. Now that they get the Tanashi, now they get to grab Alverin's Epiphany. Why? We needed that extra. Okay, I've got nothing. Alright, GG's. We knew what the win condition was. Like, it's never a secret. It's never a secret. Alright, it's Infamous Cruel Claw. This is... Oh, no. God awful hand. Only one land. 0 out of 10. Okay, the opponent's going first, and they're playing the Infamous Cruel Claw. And what you do with this deck is you play literally nothing but removal and big spells. Because whenever Cruel Claw deals damage to you, they get to exile cards until they reveal a non-land, and then they can discard a card instead of paying the card's mana cost. This is why you want to be playing things like the Wayfarer's Bauble, not the Wayfarer's Bauble, the Counter Bauble, the one from Modern Horizons, for decks like this. Notably, we probably could have gotten the no, that wouldn't have helped. I'm gonna hold on to this. Wall of Blossoms can be a little harder to kill. This is just gonna be like a really hard matchup for us, period. Because this deck is going to have, like, nothing but removal. And we are sorely lacking on any sort of interaction. So, the cast Cruel Claw. He's not going to be able to be blocked with the Thieves' Tools. I would love to cast the Halfling and the Elder, but then the Elder bounces the Halfling. Just going to have to take a redraw on this. Yep. And Cruel Claw comes out with the Arena of Glory. We just have to hope they whiff. Never mind, it's Grenzo. They held the arena, and we didn't have any interaction, so that's on me. I should have mulliganed more aggressively to find that early interaction, because that's exactly how Cruel Claw wins. I thought we were safe because they didn't lead off with, like, Lava Spurt Boots to give it haste, but holding the arena? Ouch. The Arena of Glory is a good way to give that little weasel just, like, infinite value. And the fact that it has Menace is also really problematic. So if I had actually gone with both creatures, I still could have blocked. Lagomos, Hand of Hatred. Pumps out tokens. This tends to be a really aggressive deck. But not like jury aggressive, which is weird. Oh god, I keep forgetting to cut out the 3-tree city. Take the mulligan on that. Ah, much better. We're also on the play, so that helps us out tempo-wise. Like, you wouldn't think the die roll matters that much, but it does. It matters a hell of a lot. Now, notably, leading off a Windswept Heath so we can dig for Surveil land, for additional land drops. off of our surveil land. I misclicked. I fucked up. I fucked up, chat. Fucked up. Not for the first time. Maybe this carnage. Alright. Let's think about this for a second. I need to be able to cast Clement next turn. We also have Rex Sage. But now that they have open mana, it's not. I can't actually play Clement. Now they could just play Lagomos out to try and like just eat the counterspell. Or they could just play Bastion of Remembrance. No dice. Alright, so there's Clement. Clement's out. They can still play the Bastion of Remembrance, or they can try and kill Clement. Yeah, they're just gonna kill Clement. Okay. Well, that's fair enough. There's land drop. We need that. I could Timeless Witness, get back another land drop. Would help with... It lets us... It guarantees a land drop next turn. But if I go ahead and play the Vantasar now... then this gives me additional removal. You can grab the Fabled Passage. Make sure we grab another island. Or even another green source. Windbane Vantasar is amazing. It's removal, and it's a naturalize. And it has reach. Okay, so they are just going to go ahead and... make us discard and make us sacrifice. You know what? If we're going to be losing creatures anyway, I'll get rid of my fight spell. Guardian Project. This makes life so much easier. There's only like one real card that they're playing in black-red that gets rid of Guardian Project, which is Feed the Swarm. Alright, there's Lagomos. Alright, Lagomos gets sacked. Now we have Sun Shower Druid. How do we want to do this? I'm willing to play the Timeless Witness now. And I want to grab Fable Passage. Oh, would you look at that? Grab green, grab green. And then this makes 2/1s, right? Alright, so now we have a Sun Shower Druid. It's not perfect, but it'll get us there. And we have this Quarter Calling now, so we could pull out some other stuff. We could Quarter Calling for 4, 5, 6, 7. We can do it for 4. Rankle. That's really good. We're gonna lose our Timeless Witness then. Oh, they're gonna make us discard a card. Interesting. Alright. How do we want to do this? We need a flyer. This is basically a trip on... Ooh, Cavalier Thorns. That's a really good one to get. It means that they actually just have to have, like, additional removal. I'm into it. I want colorless mana. Okay. We can even, like, chord for 2 if we really want to. Guardian Project's helping us pull ahead in a huge way now. Okay, Peerless Plunder is pretty good. I don't think that works quite the way that you would like it to, but I understand. They really want that treasure. Because they're going to get a second treasure here. And... Alright, so now I've got so many options. I could discover the formula. Port of Calling, instant speed. I can grab Kogla, fight the Plunderer. I think I'd like that. I think I'm into that. Yeah, so we have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Go ahead and attack it with the Cavalier Thorns. Okay. And then, yeah. Actually, hold on. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's not quite. Alright, monkey time. And then I guess we can clone craft too, but they might have like a wrath. I don't want to have to pay the additional. Plus, if we leave up the washway, then that shuts off any like potential shenanigans. Like, we're really far ahead right now. And I definitely discovered the formula before I do like anything else. There's Bastion Remembrance, but then Bastion gets destroyed by Kogla. Okay. Notably, Brass's Tunnel Grinder is cool. Yep. Okay. Gets a 4 counter. I think that's going to be more important than... I could be... Alright, here's a Reliquary Tower. Let's go and attack the Bastion. So now they don't get the free value there. And they may have just completely given up. In which case, yep, there we go. Okay. Got a little tricksy there to start with. So here's the thing. Whenever Rankle deals combat damage to a player, choose any number. Each player discards a card, loses life, draws a card. Each player sacks a creature. They did miss some value there. Because Lagmos is creating a token, Rankle lets them sacrifice a creature basically for free since that creature dies anyway. And it just, like, kills one of my creatures. It ultimately ended up not mattering, but taking away a blocker is actually really important there. Plus another thing, reminder that in Brawl, you get to play with alchemy cards that perpetually modify your cards, which means that that card is affected regardless of what zone it goes into. So Discover the Formula seeks 3 non-land cards, which means it's going to add 3 random non-land cards from your deck to your hand. And then it makes every card in your hand cost 1 generic less. But the mana value doesn't change. So this Rex Sage is still a 3 value card. So it can bounce Battlescape Mage. It can still get bounced by any of the bigger creatures. Anything like that. Alright. And I think... yeah, let's go ahead and call it there. Let's go ahead and talk about the deck. I am going to go ahead and make a quick tweak, though. 3 Tree City just has not done anything that I needed to do. What's a cool rare land that we can put in there? We'll just make the swap there, and then I'll update the deck later. Castle Vantra is probably the best one, just because it does have the ability to dig. Yeah, I'll put in a Castle Vantra just to smooth things out a little bit better. Anyway, so how are we feeling about the deck? Honestly, like I said earlier, I think this deck is pretty solid right now. The core of the deck is going to be available on Moxfield, so if you look in the description of the deck, or yeah, if you just look at the description of the video, of the stream that you're watching right now on YouTube, you will see a link to all of my Brawl decks. Those are going to be available. And I'm going to update this one once I'm offline. Once we added in more of the power cards, once we added in a Crater Hoof, a Bonnie Paul, that sort of, an Uro even, that sort of thing, the deck started making some moves, and that's really good. You're still going to have that issue where really, really aggressive decks just get you. And if you're worried about dealing with that, go ahead and put in a River's Rebuke. I've really been relying on Cyclonic Rift as a single target bounce effect. I think this deck would benefit from having a couple more Aetherized type effects where it's just mass bounce. A River's Rebuke would be really powerful, but I don't think that's fast enough. This deck is not built on power ramping. It's built on snowballing value. So one of the things that you could look into more of those creatures that come into play and put lands into play, like the Clifftop Lookout. I think Lookout has more synergy in Clement because it's a frog, so it'll tap for mana. You could also try tweaking the interaction package. So right now we currently have, Wash Away, Counterspell, Memory Lapse, Mana Drain. And I think that's actually it. This is actually a really, really light on interaction deck that ended up coming back to bite us a few times. So if you're going to start with anything, start with there. Play a lot more removal than I do. Look into playing a lot more of the enchantments that negate creatures, a lot more counter spells. I tried to make up for that by playing cards like Channeler, like Larcenist, but really a lot of the Blink decks like Yorion get by, very specifically because they have so much interaction that they can blink over. So if you get like Fight Wolf is a card that you can use. Don't just rely on... Basically, do as I say, not as I do. Don't just rely on Passive Twin Veil. Also get maybe some other... So maybe some fight spells. I think adding in some more fight spells would probably help out. Nightclub Bouncer is great, but Nightclub Bouncer only hits one thing. And sometimes you just gotta DACA. Unfortunately, blue-green is just not a great DACA color, so take what you can get. Okay, so next week, I haven't decided what our next deck is going to be. I kind of really want to get back to Brewing around Derevi. I was so excited when she came out, and the deck kind of fell apart when I tried to recreate what makes her so powerful in Dual Commander. But I will probably go ahead and put up a poll on the I'll probably put up a YouTube poll, and I'll probably ask for some thoughts. We can look at either the Bat deck, Bird deck. The other issue though is that I want to wait until after the Alchemy card. Oh no, the Alchemy cards come out next week anyway. So yeah, we'll be heading up another theme deck. In the meantime, I know a very special someone who is currently having his donathon to raise money for his new model. Let's go ahead and we're going to stop by Android Jess. And I'm not going to be just raiding in. I'm also going to hop in on the Discord here. So first things first. Let's see. We're going to go ahead. We're going to raid Jess. And then I'm going to go bug him. He's currently by his lonesome. Come on, chat. We gotta go wish him and it's his birthday tomorrow too.
Were it only in more
All right, so let's go ahead and start the raid. Let's see. Is he currently in? Where is he? Where is he? Looks like he's not on his Discord. And he's not in that area. Alright. So we're gonna go raid Jess. I'm gonna pop in for like the last few minutes of our stream. And then we'll be back on Wednesday. I'm gonna be playing Night in the Woods. Friday we'll be back with our Heart Gold Nuzlocke. And we'll see you next time. Same hero time, same hero channel. Good night, everyone.
And here I thought we could be friends.
Lies. Whoa, hero! Thanks for the raid! There she is. I was wondering when she showed up.
What's the big idea?
Oopsie daisy. Move! Now, do you think that's polite? Shutting me down like that?
I said get out of the way!
As if.
Hey, what's up, birthday boy?
Hello. I gotta make sure you're on screen.
Yeah, you gotta make sure I'm on screen.
Oh, where's your PNG?
That's probably... you'll never find me. You'll never find me.